All right, just 2 seconds of your time. So what if you wake up, you got a sore throat, you got a fever, and you wake up with it, and you don't want to miss work. You can't miss work. You got to call your doctor. You're not going to get an appointment, or you're going to waste your time at urgent care. Why would you do that if you could just go to your cabinet, you open up your medical emergency kit from the wellness company, and you match your symptoms to the recommended guidebook, and you start treatment immediately. It's really that simple. It's not a first aid kit. It's a mini urgent care. It's at your fingertips. Now, inside, you have 8 core medications, including ivermectin, generic Z-Pak, amoxicillin. There's more. It covers over 30 common conditions when hospital doctors are not available. There's no waiting rooms. There's no pharmacy lines. It's just you right to the medicine when you need it. I keep it in my home. I think everyone should keep it in their home. And you don't have to worry about expiration dates because a U.S. military study published in National Library of Medicine, 90% of 100 of the Plus Core meds remain safe after up to 15 years and beyond. I know that I've used a med kit that was 5 years old, and it worked out when we went to Costa Rica and when we went to Tanzania. So ordering is as simple at checkout. Just you complete a short form, and a licensed doctor will review and fill your prescriptions. Your kit arrives, it's about a week, so be prepared. You're going to save yourself time and money. The medical emergency kit puts urgent care in your hands. You head to twc.health/Jim and use the code JIM to save you $45 off, and it's free shipping. Don't let illness catch you off guard. Don't let this happen to you like it's happened to me a million times on vacation with my kids. You go to twc.health/Jim, use the code JIM. You're going to save $45 off plus free shipping. Kits available in the U.S. residents only. Be prepared with medical emergency kit from the wellness company. Visit www.twc.health/Jim. Use the code JIM. Save $45 off. Free shipping. USA residents only. Go get it now. I do. I have many of them.
We are live.
What's happening? What's happening? Okay. I had to get something. So, yeah, this was full-blown kit. So I'm trying to, hey, everyone, what's going on? And thank you for all the concerned human beings. I did not know when I posted earlier. About Facebook. Facebook, can someone, tell me exactly what happened again, so I know. Yeah, what happened with the
So up until 4 months ago, you were getting monetized on Facebook.
Okay.
Then they gave us a notification saying that you weren't eligible for monetization because you didn't have certain information in your Meta account. So I met with your accountant, we got all the info, and they gave you the green check to get monetized.
Now, when you said they gave us the green check, what does that mean? What does that mean?
When you go into your Meta account, under monetization, it says that you are approved and good for monetization.
Okay.
Yet they aren't actually monetizing. So it really doesn't make any sense. I don't know.
So who am I talking to? Zuckerberg? Where's my money? Where you get your balls on my 30 million views? No, my oh!
What's going on here?
You got late night TV and I get 30 views and I get my 20 million. I'm giving you 40. How many views on Facebook? 30 million. 30 million in December views on Facebook, and they're not paying me a cent? Isn't Facebook, I love you. Don't you remember during the Met years, which weren't monetizing yet, and I was getting like a million, you know how frustrating that was? It wasn't frustrating. It was a great time in my life, but 2015, the first time I was on Facebook and I'm making videos and I was watching the Mets games, and after each game I do a recap. Everyone does it now, but 2015, I did every single game, and some of them started getting 1 million a night, and people would get frustrated. And I loved it. I loved being in the Facebook community. But come on, man. Can I call you Zuck? Zuck. Talk to your people. I'm giving it 30 million just last month or 3 months. Pay a guy. This is not gonna. I mean, just pay me. That's not rocket cash for you. Holy crow, dude. That's serious revenue. You know what my wife calling, as I told my wife today, I'm like, did you know Facebook hasn't been paying us for like 4 months? And she's like, I'll call them up. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, it's not. Oh, I would have never. Oh, you just call up. Excuse me, Facebook there? There is no. It's like computer. If anyone has information, who is the person at Facebook to call that's holding my money? Come on, man. Make this happen. You, Army, go get them. Find them. No violence. This is peace. Maybe it just, there's one little click and you're like, whoops, sorry, Jimbo. It's all holding here. I don't even want the interest. But I'm sure about 80, let's see, if we're doing 30 million views last month, 50, let's say it's 100 million views. That's some cash in the bank just sitting there. That's my cash. And anyone else that would have their cash sitting in a bank with that much money that can be getting a percentage on top of that. And yeah, that's how people go crazy. You know what I mean? Some people are arrested. You know, there's thieves out there stealing less money. Just show me, give me, not show me, give me what I'm earned for you, Facebook, and just give it back. Can we all just give it to me? It's not like I'm banned from Facebook. It's not like I got a notice said, you will no longer be allowed to. I'm not saying that's what Facebook people sound like. I'm just saying I got no notices that said you're banned from Facebook. I don't get it. So it's a little frustrating. Hey, listen, my credit cards are high. You know, the holidays just came. I'm trying to book a trip to Ireland. I'm heading to Italy in the summer. I got some things going on. I want to go back to, I got some things. I got another kid in college. I got bills to pay just like you, Zucky. Just like you. You, I don't know, you married now, you got kids, you know what it's like. She wants a third house, a fourth, whatever it is that she's shaking you down for. Tell her to give her my money. Dang, come on, Facebook, step up. Step up, come on. My forehead's sweating. All right, so all this started with, my eye is okay. I got a lot of messages going, is your eye okay? You look crazy. And apparently I posted a video earlier. What was that video even about?
That was about Facebook.
Yeah, the whole thing.
Oh, it was about Facebook. All right. Yeah. So at the end of this, by the way, a lot of you have asked about, I know you do I do the wellness company start off, but I had Dr. McCullough on today. It was quick. Some of you asked, like, hey, what's the deal with the blood clots and how we deal with that? And, you know, tell us more about ivermectin. Like, just, can we get Dr. McCullough on? And he was kind enough to come on, showed us the products and all that, and we'll get to that down the road, the ivermectin, all that jazz. Now, there's a lot of interesting things going on I want to get into. One of them may be an issue during the show, may be entertaining. I went to go eat at a place here in Naples, and let's just say, all the way leading up to about 10 minutes ago, Jimmy has had a fountain effect. And I'll just, let's just say I've been creating smoothies. Not to be lowbrow, but I'm just being honest with you. So I've been running to the bathroom. So if that happens Can you kids entertain them for like 5-10 minutes? Bro, I'm wrecked downstairs. Downstairs is bad. It was bad. Anyway, I want to get into that. So before we do though, these guys all just came back from, where were you? St. Thomas?
St. Thomas, yeah.
And you went away as a group, like working together. And I heard you guys, it was like one of the greatest trips ever.
It definitely was.
Yes.
And I heard something special happened because you all, well, some of you, Dan, you have a girl in your life? No. All right, so Dan, no, and Kyle, no, because Kyle can't date. He's only 11. And then,
Me, yeah.
but you, yes.
Yeah.
And the rest of them, and I heard the girls got along and everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know how hard it is? No, listen, no offense to any women listening, but when guys become friends, and guys, whether it's the work world or just hanging out, we just know how to navigate. If this guy's kind of a knucklehead, we know like how to navigate around the knuckleheadness. If this guy just talks too much, we know how to, it's whatever it is, we navigate. It's never an issue. And then once in a while, we're like, hey, let's bring the girls into this. And that's when the issue starts. There's always like, you know, I had a good time, but I don't know about Ryan's girlfriend. You know, she said some things that were a little this and that, but all your girls got along,
Yeah.
which you have no clue. That's really good. So maybe you'll make some more and better videos that we can post and I won't get paid for on Facebook. Now, I also heard, so you got to understand something. I have a responsibility, okay? We're going on tour very soon. February 19th, I'm starting to get the gurgles. I'm not even kidding you.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I hear like, that's why I'm standing. I may have to, okay, now I'm good. I am sweating a little bit. So I did hear, there is a little bit of responsibility. Now, Kyle, who's over there in the middle, I heard that you, Dan, first of all, Kyle's dad is here. Have you heard about them having fun a little bit? Very little. Well, apparently in the Caribbean, it's 18 and over to drink. And Kyle is 19. And I heard we got our first real dabble in a pirate hat and patches over the eye. And what were you guys doing? So who was the drinking crew? It was you?
It was me, Mike, and Danny.
Yeah, it was the three.
It
of
was
us.
like the three.
Oh, and-
We were
Three
like,
single guys.
yeah,
Mike is single too?
yeah, Mike
Yeah,
is
yeah.
single.
Oh. And then all right, so let me ask you this. Kyle, what was your drink of choice?
TSL,
Whoa, wait.
tequila soda lime.
How funny is what generation is this? What is this? Like some would consider it Gen X. What generation are you guys?
Gen Z.
Gen Z. How funny is Gen Z? I had a tequila
Tequila soda lime.
and a TSL. We were TSL in it big time and down in the Carib. We were ribbing it down TSM, LMOP down in the Caribs. You are so funny. You were drinking tequila? You look way...
That is my favorite drink.
Really?
I love tequila.
Really?
Yeah.
And do you drink like one glass, two glass, or
was
more?
hammering them.
Listen to Dan. Dan, turn right. Is that your father right there? Here comes the bus. Ping! In front of the bus, Kyle goes, no! He just see Dan right behind him going, he was hammering him. Was he really?
Oh, he was putting him down. He kept up with everyone.
He did.
He actually was better than Ryan. He kept up better than Ryan.
He did.
He
It was
kept up better
impressive.
than you, Ryan?
I crashed early a couple nights.
Were there any...
Couldn't make it too
What do we
far.
got, pictures? Wait, were there any...
We do have pictures, but the pictures, you know.
There's some things I can show you off screen. After.
Okay.
After the show, I'll show you a few.
When your dad's not here?
No, my dad.
Your dad can see him
I-
just-
I showed it to him. It's just we shouldn't show it online.
All right, no worries. No worries. No judging. That stays private.
Yeah.
Did anyone make love to the bowl? You did? Kyle, you went down? Man down?
I didn't know.
Actually, no. I did not. Not one time actually.
How'd you go from this to no? You don't remember if you did or did you have like the
No, I had like a moment where I thought I was going to, and
and you powered out?
you just go through.
You powered
I
through.
broke through the wall.
Did you lay down in bed and the bed started?
No, I was walking, and I got a little wobbly, and I thought, and then I got to the bathroom, and I'm like, I'm good. And that's what it was. And that's just what it was.
You know, that's really. And was this your? I'm sorry to put you on a spot because your father's right here.
No, it's okay. I'm very open with my dad.
I know, I can tell you guys are. Was this one of your first raging against the machines? Was this the first time? I'm in the Caribbean. Ain't nobody here to go, Kyle, I wouldn't have any more. You had everyone going, Kyle. He's all right. He only weighs 40 pounds. He'll be fine. The line probably weighed more than you. Holy crow. But you put nobody knowing us sick? All right, see, that's a good sign. That's a good sign. Okay. Because I do think a little bit, because we're going on tour. People don't know it. You're going to see Kyle. He's filming everything. And there is part of me, which is really funny because there's a bunch of casinos we're playing at, and Kyle ain't allowed on the casino floor. But he's the guy filming. I'm sorry, it's not old enough. Kyle, film from way down there. Film from the hotel room. Okay. All right. Maybe we'll have a night or two with permission from Dad. We'll get a...
Or maybe they'll.
All right, let me ask you this. I'm going to... You know how everyone... If people have cocktails or drinks, a whole different side of them comes out. What kind of drinker is Kyle? Is he a... I'm going to assume Kyle is super giggly and funny.
Okay. Kyle's exact word for it is giddy. Kyle
He's
gets
giddy.
all
The way
giddy
he looks right now.
The whole weekend.
The way he looks right now.
Dude, he had the biggest smile on his face all weekend long.
The way he looks right now.
Exactly.
Okay. I need to prepare. We're going on tour. I got to watch this kid. I'm responsible for this kid. I don't need a call from Dad going, what's going on the road out there? I'm getting bizarre bills from bizarre places. I'm like, I don't know where Kyle's going in the middle of the night. How was Danny, Kyle?
Danny was like, we were like partners in crime.
Oh, you were?
Oh, yeah.
Danny
Like-
looks like he'd be goofy as snot drinking, too.
He is so fun.
Okay.
So fun.
You guys had a blast.
We had a great
Yeah,
time.
great time.
And Ryan, you're always just quiet and you just smile.
Yeah.
That's Ryan all the time, just
I
like
keep
this.
it light. I keep it light.
Right? This is Ryan.
I'm doing it right now.
Yeah. Okay. All right. That's cool. All right. I just wanted to, and I heard you guys you showed me a picture of Epstein's Island.
Yeah.
You're looking right at it.
Yeah.
Our view was directly of the island.
And did you hear anything from?
Yeah.
Some of the locals, actually. Yeah.
So the locals are actually pro Epstein.
What?
Yeah. So
Yes.
no. Listen. So one of the bars we were at, the owner of the bar allegedly said that he used to come in all the time when he came to St. Thomas, and that he paid a $4 million medical bill for one of the regulars at the bar. And that was the owner of the bar who said that. So, I mean, he could just be talking out of his ass, but
Sure.
they are like, and we talked to, I think, one other guy who like didn't have any problems with Epstein.
He
So
said he would come in, get coffee. And
yeah.
Yeah.
You say come in, get coffee and all that.
So he was a normal guy from what they saw, but these weren't people that went to the island.
Yeah, so was Jeffrey Dahmer and all the other psychopaths.
Yeah.
Yeah. They always have they're not psychopaths all the time in public. Otherwise they get caught a lot quicker. Do you know what I mean? If I'm a sadistic, savage animal, I'm not going to walk in a coffee place being a jerk. I'd be like, hey, you know what? Drinks for everyone. Little do you know what I do behind the scenes. Little do you know what really goes on. All right, so they think he's, see, doesn't matter. Money buys it all. Okay, all right, that's interesting. But overall, you had a really good time.
Great time.
Okay.
Great trip.
All right, very good. Very, very good. Before I move on and tell a story that happened this weekend, which I guess there's a new job for me, I guess. Monday, you guys are big Kill Tony fans, right?
Yeah.
Huge Kill Tony fans. I'm going on Kill Tony on Monday. And these guys are like, are you serious right now? Does it air like right away? Like, in other words, does he, I should ask him, is it taped and then?
I don't think it's live, but I'm pretty sure
It probably
gets,
comes out like the
uploaded,
next day or
within the
two.
next-
Yeah,
yeah.
it's like a couple days.
Okay. I gotta say, I've watched not entire ones, but there's like the one guy ranks everyone out. He's like the black guy.
Redmond? Oh, no.
Who's the black guy? He's got the crazy hair. He's kind of heavy.
I don't know.
You don't know? Who's the guy? He's funny though. Like, he ranks people out. I'm like, oh God, if I gotta face this guy, he's gonna.
You're talking about, he just got a Netflix special, I think.
Probably.
Cam Patterson.
Yes.
Cam
I
Patterson.
think that's his name. I don't know who's going to go out when I'm there. And then what's the guy? The guy makes me laugh. The guy who kind of talks with an accent. Do you know what I'm talking about? Oh, you guys suck. Oh, we love Kill Tony. Do you know this famous guy? No. Do you know the other famous guy? No, I don't know that one either. But we watch it all the time. No, you don't.
All the clips.
Okay. All right. Yeah, the clip. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to be on there next Monday. I think I'll be on Fighter and the Kid too. So, and just one more thing about the tour, Kyle. Apparently, which shouldn't really affect you. You're just gonna be glad to be out of the house. Right? I mean, if I was 19, I'm touring all over the country on a tour bus with a seasoned tour manager, another comedian, myself, and the merch guy who's like 23 years old. He's another cool cat. Apparently, some of the first leg, there's a lot of bus trips after the show. So there's going to be a lot of great clips that we're going to have here. Maybe I get Kyle a little St. Thomas'd up. No, I wouldn't. No, I can't do that. You're 19. I can't do that. But it'll be when I'm getting. That just took a weird turn. But there's going to be a lot of either bonding of all of us, like having good hang time, and we're also going to probably by the second week be like, okay, if this guy talks about his dog one more time, I'm gonna lose my snot. So the first, we'll get into it, but the tour manager said, just a heads up, first 2 weeks is a lot of gig is over. We're on the bus and we're already heading to the next city overnight. I went, okay, sounds good. I'll let them know. We'll be good to go. First show is in Fort Pierce, Florida. I think that's going to probably be one of the most fun gigs because it's the opening night. And then we head to Louisiana. And then the second leg starts in New York, the Paramount. Those tickets are almost sold out, so get the tickets for the Paramount. I'm not coming. Everyone's asking, why don't you come here? Why don't you come there? Why don't you come there? I'm done with the stand-up tour this year. So unless your city or your area is on this tour, I don't know what to tell you. Maybe 2027. I have something else planned for later in the year that we will reveal as time goes on. All right. So get your tickets at jimbreuer.com. Don't go on a third-party site, by the way. Yeah, the merch is. Oh, look up David Icke. David Icke today. I interviewed, my friend Jimmy Shaka used to introduce me to this guy from like the 2000s, early. This is, if you're into the whole like Matrix and Far Out There and this guy, am I exaggerating? He's from England. I interviewed him today. I think I said 3 words. For an hour and a half, I just sat there trying to keep up. I felt like I was trying to keep up. It is, do we know when we're airing that? Maybe in a week?
We're playing it next week. Yeah.
Next week? Yep. All of it?
Well, we're going to show a little bit on the live and then probably drop that following Saturday.
All right, we should talk about that because if people are not 100% into that conversation, they'll be like, yeah, tapping out. And Facebook is like, here's your 30 cents for your one day. Yeah. But it's the conversation. It goes so far. It goes so deep embedded, so far. I was doing my best trying to keep up with a lot of it. The guy is banned from like 34 countries. Didn't he said something like they won't let me in 34 countries. I can't, and it all started in Denmark when I was protesting. He's fascinating. So if you got a chance, check him out before. And if you're really into him, then you'll really be into the conversation that we have, or at least that he puts out there. Now, tell you a quick story. Apparently, I'm a bouncer. I said, apparently, I'm a bouncer. And let me tell you something. So, I'm at my little neighborhood in listen, my neighborhood, it's a little. Oh, before we even get into that, the mailman story is like a wildfire that never ends. That never, ever ends. The next day, I went to a coffee shop. I swear on my life. I don't know who's watching this. I don't know who pays any attention to this. I don't check the numbers. These kids come to me and they're like, oh, this video is doing really good. I'm like, oh, great. Hey, this video is doing really, hey, YouTube made X amount of dollars last month. Like, oh, okay, that's good. Facebook made, what do you mean Facebook made? I'm sorry, I keep hitting Facebook, but hey, man, you're pissing me off. I want my money, dude. I want my money. You don't want me to talk to my old friends that live in Little Italy. That's all I'm saying. So I go into this coffee shop in Naples. Right? It's called Bean to Cup. And all my life, I go in there. And whenever I do this show, by the way, prepping and thinking about it. I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but I'm thinking I want to get a message out there. I want to put something out there that affects people. And so I told the story of the mailman last week. And when the show is over, I completely decompress. All right. Like tomorrow I got to do radio. I'm going to be in Phoenix, Arizona radio. I got some interviews. We're prepping for the tour, blah, blah, blah. But tomorrow is my, I can relax. Tuesday Live is behind me. So I go walking into Bean to Cup, known them forever. And I'm like, let me get a 4-shot peppermint latte. That's my drink. 4 shots. 4 shot. When I went to Italy, I would go there and I'd walk in there and I go, man, can I have a latte? Latte? No problem. I said 4 shots. And the guy would go, oh, man, 4 shots. I said 4 shots. 4 shots. I go, yes, 4 shots. Oh, and I said, look at me. He goes, oh, sleepy eye. No one believes me when I say 4 shots. I get my 4 shots. I sit down and they make this cool little like peanut butter thing that she makes with this chocolate. I sound like the guy from Half Baked right now. And I'm sitting there, and all my life, first guy walks in, right? Like, say I'm sitting right here. He walks in, pling, and he goes, I need to know what happened with the mailman. I said, did you hear? And he goes, no, I was watching your live show last night. I'm like, you were watching? I'm like, he goes, yeah. And he lives in my neighborhood. He's like, which mailman? So I tell him the whole story, and he sits down. While he's sitting there, these 2 women walk in. They got their little pickleball outfits, and they went like this. Oh my God. The mailman. Oh my God, the mailman. And so now I got 3 people sitting. I'm just trying to have my coffee, and they're all bringing up the mailman. And then the best was, there was this one guy who came in, and he is. He's from Staten Island, right? So the Staten Island Greg comes in, and he's going, let me tell you something. I was listening to, he comes over, he sits there, he goes, I'm listening to that mailman story because my blood was boiling. He goes, when you said he just went, I know who you are, bro. I don't know how you kept your composure. I would've squeezed his head until his earwax came out. You don't talk to somebody like that. He was more emotional. Well, yeah, he was emotional, but the mailman story, holy. Oh, and you know what? This is another thing. So I have whenever I get comments on YouTube or whatever, don't ask me. I don't know how. I didn't do it, but they pop up on my phone. It's aggravating. I don't know how to turn them off. So, ping, I'll get a comment, and this is why sometimes in society we just social media. You can't interact. One guy goes, of course he has issues with the mailman. He's a Hollywood elite, probably has his bus boy and his personal assistant, doesn't even know his mailman. And again, do I know this person? No. But there is a split second I want to go, you judgmental, low-level lizard, tongue-licking, you're not even human. I'm like, what am I doing? What am I doing? And I'm not even talking to the guy. I'm just thinking that. I guess the reason I bring that up is it's the type of humans we got to deal with. And then 80% of the people were cool. 10% of like, oh, how do you not know your mailman? And then I got to explain, well, it's because I live in a neighborhood and there's about 60 of us in one area and we all have our own box. So it's not like I have a personal guy that comes to my door and hands me the mail. If it was, I would know the guy. Like in the past when I lived in the neighborhood, I knew my mailman. Hey, what's going on, Charlie? How was the holidays? I interact with them. But no, I live in a neighborhood. Well, this neighborhood I live in, there was a birthday party, a 69th 69th birthday party for this guy, John, who, by the way, I want to be John when I grow up. He's full of life. He's great energy guy, always happy, looks incredible. You would never know this guy's 69. I thought he was my age. I really did. Well, with that said, I don't hang out. I'll stop by the pub in my neighborhood once in a blue moon. We have our own private little pub. But on this particular night, it was like, hey, John's a good guy. He lives in my neighborhood, and we all live in the same neighborhood. I'll go there. Well, I think it was Friday night, and it got packed. I mean, I turn around, I'm like, oh my God, this is crazy. I've never seen this many 60, 70-year-olds gathered just pouncing alcohol late at night. So, and they closes at 9 o'clock, all right? There's 9 o'clock, tapped out for Naples, Florida. And all of a sudden, I'm having a good time talking. I'm talking with these guys. I just met them. There was a guy, he's like, hey, man, I know one of the guys in Billy Joel. I'm like, get out of here. I know Tommy Burns. You know who Tommy Burns is? And he goes, did you know I saw you do a video where you sang at Madison Square Garden with Billy Joel? I'm like, oh, my God, let me tell you the story. So I'm holding court. I'm like, so there I was. I'm taking my daughter to Billy Joel. And next thing you know, I'm on the stage, and I'm holding court, and life is good. And I haven't done this in a while. So it's come the end of the night, and all of a sudden, I get a tap on my shoulder, kind of like a tug. Now, I got to tell you, I'm with this guy, Greg, who's a big boy. And over here behind me are another group of big guys, 6'2", 6'4", 6'4", all big guys. I'm not big. I'm just an average size guy. I'm not jacked. I may look a little crazy. Well, I get a tap, right? And kind of a pull. And I turn around, and it's one of the bartenders. And he's like, I need your help here. And I went, what? He goes, come on, I need your help here. And I'm thinking he had to move a table. There's tables in there, and there's a lot of people, so I'm thinking, I already has to move a table. But there's this young dude, probably like Ryan's age, okay? And our guy, Mike, who's not here, Mike's a little jacked up. He looks like he could... Mike is generally a happy guy, but he looks like maybe after the wrong shot, something goes wrong, Mike can go either way, right? So there's this young, jacked... wasn't jacked. He was just, his pupils were like this, and he's like, yeah, you don't talk to my mother that way. You don't talk to that mother. I'm gonna whoop your ass. I'm gonna whoop your ass. And so while I'm trying to comprehend that, then his father is like, you don't talk to my wife that way. You don't talk to me. Man, you don't talk to my mother that way. And there's one other guy yelling, and they're pissed. They're not even yelling. They're pissed, and they're gonna kill this guy, the bartender. And I went, oh wow, okay. So don't ask me. I just went, hey, okay, okay. Where you? Hold on now. Forget it. I told him, I looked at the bartender. I'm like, go walk somewhere real quick. So he walks away, and I'm saying to the, I don't know how this happened. I just went, hey man, are you guys from here? They're like, no man, we're from Kentucky. And I went, oh my God. My family grew up in Kentucky. What part of Kentucky? They're like, yeah, we're from Lexington. I'm like, oh my God, horses. Are you guys visiting? And they're like, yeah, no, we came down here for the holiday. And like, my father grew up in Dayton, Kentucky, and he'd always say, Dayton, not Ohio, Kentucky. I'm like, get it? And they're like, we know Dayton, Kentucky. I'm like, right, you're crazy. They still are barefoot there. They're like, yeah, man, they just started building it. So we're talking, right? And then I said, forget that. No, he's like, no, man. I'm gonna whoop his ass. He yelled at my mama. You don't yell, mama. That's disrespectful. He needs to apologize to my mother. And the husband went, you're right. Let's go. Are you guys wrapping it up? Is the bill paid? Yeah. Let's come on, man. Come here. Let's go talk outside. It's beautiful. How great is Naples, Florida? And they're like, man, I said the weather, right? Oh my God, the weather, great. I don't know. I had some Jedi. You're not mad. Hey man, we ain't no man no more. Everything's walking this way. They started walking with me. We walked. I got them outside. So I still don't know how this happened. I just remember we were all outside. And I was talking to all them, and I calmed them all down. And they have no clue, they have no clue, like I'm an entertainer or that I do stand-up comedy or that I'm doing this. They have no clue. They just think I'm a guy. I must look crazy. I look hammered all the time. That's another thing. You know how many comments I get is, this guy drunk? And at the end of the day, I remember I told the woman, I said, listen, maybe it's just an off night for him. She's like, no, I'm gonna go talk to him. And I remember turning to the bartender. I'm like, hey man, just say sorry, and I'll keep the guys here. And it did. It all panned out. So apparently, my whole family is cops, but I think I could have been a good cop and a good bouncer because I diffused that situation. Ta-da, ta-da, ta-da. I felt good about it too. But what was even funnier was the next day, I started getting text messages, and the text messages were like, so Breuer, way to be, will you go on tour? You clearly don't need security anymore. You seem like you're going to be your own security guard. I got 2 other texts going, dude, you totally diffused that situation. They're talking about using you as the bouncer in that place. It's easy to be a bouncer with 70 and over people that have had 3 martinis and they can barely walk, and they have bad hips, and they also have taken blood thinners. I will say this. Oh, and here's the other thing I want to talk to people about. This is more of a message and more of a thank you. So many of you have reached out, with the funny how God works stuff. I can't believe you don't understand. I've been waiting, and we're going to film one more, I think, next week. Next week, we're filming 1 or 2 more. You don't understand. This has been so heavy on my mind and my heart. It's been at least since 2010, 2008. And to be able to do, it's all timing. It's all God's timing. So I'm very thankful and very blessed that it's resonating the way it's resonating. And it's starting to spread far and wide. The amount of people that are coming to me going, hey, that story about your dad, oh my gosh. And then they'll give me this whole, so here's to the people. Yes, the last story is my wife and our marriage, which of course is all true. But the ones about your family, a lot of people are going through starting to take care of either your pops or your mom or whoever it is. And the amount of people that reach out to me and go, hey, I saw that documentary, The More Than Me You Did with your dad, and it taught me so much. And hey, I saw that Funny How God Works video about your dad passing in your arms and da-da-da-da-da. I have to say, when you're in it, it seems like it's one of the toughest things to go through, because if you have a family and you have your regular life and your job and all that stuff, and now you have to take care of an elder, and all these emotions are going through you, like, I don't got time for this, and I got to sacrifice all this, and blah, blah, blah. And I got to say, listen, I can write as a joke, I would say, if I had to, I would write a book called The Top 10 Cities That My Father Dropped a Deuce in Public that I had to clean up. I'm not even kidding you. And I'll give you a for instance. Okay, there was one place. I think it was. I want to say it was like Iowa, something like that. It was like Iowa, and we rolled into. It was next to a casino, and it was a beautiful, beautiful restaurant, right? So when we got in there, my dad, he goes, before you check in, you know, I go to the bathroom. I said, can you hear that? Yeah. That's not my ass. That's the seat. That's the seat. It's either that or my father going, hey, watch what I'm talking about. Spirit of my dad. Don't be talking about me dropping news stories. But before we got in there, he's like, I gotta go to the bathroom. And I said, okay. And then he went, nah, I'm good. Well, oh, okay. You sure you're good? And he goes, yeah, I'm good. So I leave him in the car, right? Now, I go in to check in. And it's warm out. It's the summertime. And I'm with a camera guy. Yeah, I had my camera guy back there, and Eric. And he comes running in. He's like, you got to get your dad out of the car. Like, he has to go to the bathroom now. I'm like, okay. So I go outside, and I get my dad. Now, this is so gnarly. It's so nasty, but it smells like poo, okay? And I opened his door, and I take him out, and I put him in the seat, and I'm like, did you know, let's get you to the bathroom. He's like, and I roll him down the ramp into the bathroom, okay? So he's like, I can do it from here, and I put him in the little stall with the handicap thing, and I put him in there. And when he was done, I rolled him upstairs to check in, and I put him by the fireplace. Now, I'm checking in, and there's a beautiful fireplace, and it's like brandy. They're trying brandy, and they're all like sniffing, and there's all these guys with business suits. And as I'm checking it, I will never forget this, right? I'm like, oh, yeah, here's my credit card. I turn, and my dad is sitting next to the fireplace facing me with his shorts, and there's a clump sitting inside his shorts. And I'm like, oh my God. All right. And he's right next to this guy who's like, anyway, we just made $14,000. And if we get this deal done, you know, we're going to blah, 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 blah. One day we'll start Meta, and we'll get millions of views, and we won't pay Jim Breuer. It'll be... And so I quick grabbed him, brought him up to the room, showered him, dry heave. I can't tell you how many times when I talk about dry heave, you have no clue. But I wouldn't trade those times in, and I really think, I do think that God put me through that trial and error to not only take care of him, but so many people my age, because I was a lot younger, and I was doing this. I love that I can talk to so many people that are going through this. So many people, bro. We were in. Oh my God, he's right across. He grew up in Dayton, Kentucky. So one time we're in Newport, Kentucky, right, and it's near Cincinnati, Ohio. And we're sitting there on like the bridge area. And he goes, I got to go to the bathroom. I said, okay, let's go. And he start walking, and all of a sudden, there's a crowd, and he drops a full blow. I could see him, I could see in his pants, right. So now I'm feeling for my dad because I don't want the public to see him. And it looks like someone took a bucket of mud, just went, you know? And so I don't want anyone looking at him. So I'm walking as tight as I can. If he's here, and he can barely walk, right? And I'm walking right behind him, and every 2 seconds I'm going, dude, those dry heaves, my neck would be killing me from going, and I don't want to dry heave in front of him, but you can't, that smell hits a funk inside you that you're not prepared for. You are not prepared for that. So, and I got him into this Irish pub, and I stuck him in the stall, and I had to go buy clothes. So now I said, Dad, stay here. He's like, well, I ain't going anywhere. Where am I going? I'm like, just stay here. So I had to climb out of the stall because he couldn't lock the door. So I had to go underneath and climb out of the stall, okay, in a restaurant. And I went to a mall looking for clothes, and I went into this place, and they had sweatpants. Right, so just all they had was large left. So I took the large, and I go running back to my dad, and there's some guy who's like, a guy's been in there for like 20 minutes. I said, well, we have a little bit of a situation, and he won't leave. He goes, well, I'm going to wait here. I went, okay. So I had to go. I don't know what you do. And I had to go down and go underneath, and he don't know if it's like some little freaky male thing going on, and then, he hears me go, like, all right, Dad, just let me put this on. We finally get out of there, and we're leaving. And people are waiting to see who's been in there so long, so it's a little embarrassing for the two of us. But I'll never forget, we're walking back to the place we were staying, and they forgot to take the tag off. You know those plastic tag things? So my dad's, it's already bad enough he's got these pants that are scraping the ground, but he's got a plastic thing. I'm not exaggerating. I went through all the emotions. I went through, and I'll never forget this too. I remember one of the last times too was we were on a plane, right? We're on a plane. And before we went on the plane, he goes, I'm hungry. And I went, why don't you wait till we land back in New Jersey? I'm really hungry. I said, okay. And this is on me. We had chicken tacos, stupid. And he likes spicy food. Right. So we land in Newark, New Jersey, and he looks at me and he goes, I gotta go. And I went, Dad, we're taxiing. We're so close. Can you just hang in there? If you can just hang in there. And he goes, okay. And I already knew it was too late. I knew it was too late because I started smelling. I started going, oh no. And all my life there was a baby crying in the back, and I kept trying, because people were starting to be like, we gotta get off this plane immediately. And I even jumped in, but I'm looking back towards the baby like, yeah, that kid back there. We're gonna have to change that when we get off. Wow. So we waited till everyone got off the plane, got his wheelchair. I saw as he was walking to the chair, it was clearly disaster, complete disaster from top to bottom in the back. I put him in there, and I rolled into United's club, and they said, you're not flying with United today. I went, I understand that, but I got a situation. And they went, yeah, but you're not flying with the, and I just kind of looked, and you can, and she went, oh, okay, no problem. And thank God United Club let us in there. And it was brutal. Thank God I used to always bring extra clothes in my duffel bag because our bags were checked. I changed him, washed him in a stall, and the whole time like really. But I'll never forget what he said to me that day. It was to see, and I know a lot of you go through is to see your father or your mother or someone you look up to defeated is so painful for a child. So I think so many of us, we get caught up in this world of the distractions and politics and whatever you think is important on television and whatever direction you're going. You forget the deeper meaning of all of us being here and taking care of one. He looked at me, and I have trouble saying this sometimes. He goes, it just defeated. This is the man I used to climb on, and I used to do piggyback rides, and I look up to him. I watched this guy stand up to the most vicious, scariest human beings in my neighborhood. Everyone was petrified of the Delapines. They were on my porch, 7 of them. 3 of them held up with shotgun, like putting shotguns in people's faces. They lived around the corner from us. The one kid stole my bike. They were such scary human beings growing up. And I'll never forget, I woke up one day and I hear the door knocking. I wake up and they're on my front patio. And my father and they said, we want to talk to your dad. My dad was sleeping on his chair. This is a World War II vet. He got up, walked out on that patio, and I'll never I'm like 10, 11, thinking my father's going to get killed in front of me. And he went, what is there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9, 7. And there's 6 of you kids, 6, 7 of you kids. One more, he goes, oh, you're gonna get the best of this old man, but one of you are gonna die. One of you, when I grab your larynx, I ain't letting go, and I'm taking you down to your last breath. So who's it gonna be? It's gonna be you. I think it's gonna be you because you look like you want to be a badass, but you're not a badass, and we're gonna test you out. And within 5-10 minutes, they were leaving, apologizing. That's my father, to watch my father go through times like that, scared of nobody. And now he's sitting in the stall, defeated. He just mudded himself everywhere. And I'm doing my best, my very best not to, I couldn't help it. And I kept the pot, Dad, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. And he looked at me and he goes, well, I guess I'm never going on the road with you again. And I was like, oh. And I went, no, you'll be going on the road. You just never having no more damn tacos before you get on the plane again. That's what it come down to. But I know someone right now that's going through, whether it's a cancer, whether it's getting older, Alzheimer's, whatever it is, this is part of life. And all the emotions you're going through, you're supposed to go through. I've had people go, Jim, I don't know if I'm doing the right thing. I'm not working overtime anymore, and I feel like I'm sacrificing my kids. Let your kids watch how you step up as a man or a woman in these predicaments, because that's what's teaching them down the road. And I truly feel that's what God did for me. And I knew that entire time, even though I had 3 little kids, I knew they absorb everything. And in this moment of time, as painful as it was, that is the circle of life where if you grew up in a household where your mother took care of you, where your father took care of you, or your grandparents, there is a time where they're not invincible anymore. And now it's time for you to take care of them. And that's the natural order of life. And we're stuck in a system where we think we're important. We think we're better than all. We've lost our spirituality. We lost our existence, and we just put them in a home because it's convenient, or we put them in because we can't do it. And listen, a lot of you can't do it, and a lot of people are not made to do it. But if you are doing it, know if you sacrifice to do it, you're doing the right thing, because I can guarantee you this. I will guarantee you this, and I thank God I'm able to tell you this. You're going to sleep great at night because you have closure and you know you did the best you can. And when things are over, I will tell you this. It's not easy when they're over. It's not easy. It takes time to get over that pain and healing. However, you will feel guilty. I could have done more. I felt that way. I was like, I could have done more. And my friends were like, Breuer, you took your dad on tour. You were there for him. You showered him. I said, yeah, I could have done more. I could have done more. You always feel you could do more. It's natural to go through all this. So keep doing it. To me, those are human warriors. You're a family warrior. You're a warrior of human existence. And don't ever underestimate that. You're doing the right thing. You're doing what you can. So all of you that reach out to me and ask me about that, thank you. And it's an honor when I can tell you that I went through it. And I am going to write a book called The Top 10 Cities That My Father Dropped to Deuce in Public. And it's going to be one of the fun. Maybe that's the next tour. Maybe that's the 2027 tour. Maybe that's what it is. But anyway, that is pretty much really what I wanted to get into tonight. Now, for those of you that want to, send me messages too. And I'm going to tell you when you send me messages, okay, there's a couple of you. You know what? I'm going to tell you now too. If someone reaches out to you and it's not on Instagram, I'm telling you right now, I will never reach out to any of you out there. None of you. So if you're getting messages or you're getting an email from someone, it's not me. The only time I reach out to someone is if they message me and either ask a question or they leave a comment and then I respond. You know how many people I get like, hey man, is this you saying? No. Is this you saying I'm Jim Breuer and this is my private account? No, it's not me. So if you're being played like that, report them immediately. I would never, ever do that, period. I don't know if they're looking for your money. I don't know if they're looking for your personal info, but don't do it. Just don't do it. Like here, this is the only place I'll get Instagram DMs. I got a request. Sent the photo. This is the only, and this is what I'm talking about. I won't say that. I get messages like this. Yo. Oh, dude. He's helping me out with Facebook. Breuer, I'm watching your YouTube live and heard you talk about Facebook and not being monetized for a while now. Make sure your Facebook page is on professional mode. Danny? Yes. It is? Yep. Okay. Your page probably already is. It is. And you can click Insights. And that shows the analytics of your page and ad stuff, I think.
That's what's showing right now is like 30 cents in the last month.
30 cents with 30 million views, 30 cents. Okay. And you should be able to see a dollar amount on how much monetized funds your page may have missed out on present moment back until last time they paid you. But insights and analytics should give you a ballpark idea of the amount. We've been doing this.
Yeah.
And this is what the issue is. Out of nowhere, it's just, we were getting paid for, like I was getting paid for a while, and all of a sudden just stopped. I don't know about the PC computer, but for mobile Facebook app, whenever open, dude, this guy's so cool. He even tells me like what it should look like. I'll cover Steve's like, it's right here. See, these are the cool fans. Oh, it did? All right. But thank you. Thank you very much. So, I'll respond to him. So if you're going to reach out, you got questions, I'll respond to you and all that jazz. In the meantime, I would love to show you guys the merchandise that we got going on. I'm pretty excited about the merchandise. There's this one, we found this chick in Arizona, and we laugh at Kyle, and she put together, I think it's my favorite merch piece in a long time for this tour. I'm so excited. I think it's going to do well. I think Fat Jimmy's shirt is going to do really well. And I think the rock-looking shirt. We have 3 shirts we're bringing on tour. I don't want any more than 3 shirts. I don't need you guys coming and going, let's see, you got 15 shirts? 3 shirts, bang, banger, bang. So I'm getting super excited about that. Now, if any of you are really curious about ivermectin, and I've had people specifically ask me, hey, can you explain more about the blood clots and all that? I talked with Dr. McCullough today. He shows exactly what to buy from his wellness company, all that jazz. We'll cut to that. And then I just want to tell you guys, we're going to talk to him right now. I want to thank you guys for just being incredible people and all the beautiful people that reach out, especially the funny, how God works stuff. The last week with the mailman, I should have prayed and all that stuff. You know, I will tell you this, prayer has always worked for me. I'm just being honest. I'm not telling you you need to go and be religious and all that. I go to the, when I wake up in the morning, I go, before I do the show, I sit there and I go, what did I tell you guys? I went, hey man, I got to go tell God, see what he wants me to do. And I went, God, whatever you want. Whatever you want me to put out there to the people in your way and whatever, I hope it's done justice for you. So I hope I did you justice today. Thank you for all you do. And Kill Tony on Monday. I don't know if it airs Tuesday, but we'll see you next Tuesday in Jupiter Live. Have a good one. I got to go bounce some bars tonight. Let's stick around and let's sit down for Dr. McCullough right now. Hey, everyone. I have Chief Scientific Officer at the Wellness Company. I also was at an event with him. He's probably not going to remember, but we were in Nashville together getting awards. I was sitting at his table. You're not going to remember that. But yeah, I was sitting right across to you. I was like, I got to talk to him. And I actually ended up talking to a bunch of people that worked with you at the part of the Wellness Company. And if people don't know, I mean, it's been decades of probably the most published cardiologist in the world, Dr. Peter McCullough. Thank you for coming on, Doctor.
Well, thanks for having me. It's a generous introduction. And it's great to be on the program. You know, I just slid over to the studio. We're in my clinic here in Dallas, Texas, so I just finished with patients.
So you make the ivermectin. I am a huge fan of ivermectin. I take ivermectin. I also used your emergency kits because I often travel to Africa, and I tell everyone the emergency kit is the way to go. It's got everything you need in there. But the ivermectin, I'm a huge fan of ivermectin. And people, I would say, it really came front and center during the pandemic. I mean, you got a Nobel Prize-winning medication. But now it seems people understand ivermectin, but I notice when I go to other countries, are they making it in different places? Because I've been to Costa Rica, I've been to Belize, and they'll sell it right over the counter. I don't have to call anyone. They're selling it right there at the drugstore. I believe in Costa Rica, they had it at the airport when I landed. And
well, there you go. Yeah. Well, now, was it cheap or was it kind of pricey?
It was cheap. It was really cheap. However, okay. I will say this. My daughter and I believe we both got COVID. It was during that time. It was right after COVID. And both my daughter and I was like, oh no, I think we're in trouble here. And we were trying to suppress our coughing. And we bought the ivermectin. And I tell people, on my life, I think it was just over 24 hours. I lost my cough. I lost everything. We were cleared up. It was incredible. And I still use it. But now it seems that certain places you can get it, certain places you can't. But your company's making it.
Right. So let me try to level set here. You know, I was in Panama, and it was also sold over the counter, but it wasn't cheap. When I added it up, I said, "Boy, this is not inexpensive." Ivermectin turned out to be, the big winner of the pandemic. The overall study showed it reduced mortality, and a very important paper in 2020 by Roster and colleagues showed in the ICON study. It was published in Chest, one of the best medical journals, that it reduced mortality in the hospital. Everybody who was admitted with COVID should have gotten ivermectin. Now we've learned it has broader effects beyond COVID-19. It probably reduces all viral infections. It's a very effective antiparasitic. I had this same experience. I was on a ski trip recently, took my 92-year-old mother-in-law. We went to a church service.
Okay.
She came home and she developed a fever, nasal congestion. She started to get sick quick. And I said, I bet Mama got COVID. And we just fired up the ivermectin. Now, she's tiny, so she only needed 24 milligrams a day. And just as you said, it was like a miracle. She cleared up very rapidly. Now, I always advise nasal sprays and gargles. We did that as well. So ivermectin is one of the most useful drugs. I don't take it every day. I don't even recommend for it to be taken preventively, just on demand when sick as part of the McCullough protocol, which is the most widely used protocol in the world to treat COVID-19. McCullough protocol has been credited with saving tens of millions of lives, sparing hundreds of millions of hospitalizations. Vaccines never saved lives. It was early treatment. Now the wellness company makes high-quality ivermectin right here in the United States, and you can get it online. Now you go through some questions quickly with the doctor. It's sent out to you right away. It's affordable. Everybody should have a supply of ivermectin.
And, also when I said where I got it was cheap, I just understood something. From the wellness company, the amount of grams or milligrams, whatever the percent, the
dose.
The dose, thank you, is much higher than the ones that I've had. So I looked at it. I looked at an old bottle, like the one I got in Belize. I'm like, oh, it was like $1 something. However, the dose is much lower, and that's what I'm telling people. With a 3-month supply or 6-month supply, you get a much higher dose and it knocks it out a lot quicker. And I still not. Yeah. And even Africa, I go to Tanzania a lot and I go there. They take it as an anti-malaria pill on Sunday. They call it Happy Sundays. When I would go there, I'm like, what happy anti-malaria pill? I'm like,
well, just to clarify, I was in Tanzania too last year. It's actually hydroxychloroquine's taken on Sunday as an anti-malarial. Ivermectin is used as an antiparasitic. Now, we saw the Maasai people, and you probably saw them as well with the red capes. They drink water, just dirty water right out of the stream. They'll drink muddy brown water. We saw them. And of course, the water certainly can have parasites in it. They do have effective access to these drugs in Tanzania. They also have, by the way, a very effective 3-day protocol of a product called Artem-H, ARTEM-H, and that's to treat active malaria, since they have some chloroquine-resistant malaria there. And I was so impressed with how rapidly people get better now with malaria. What a new world we're in. That disease used to be so miserable.
It used to be really, really bad. Yeah. However, now clear. So, can I ask you about this? It started. What I started seeing online, I just want to clarify, with links to helping cancer or certain types of ivermectin. Can you tell me about that? Is that true? Is there science? Is there a science behind that, or a preventative, or anything like that?
There are really now a bevy of preclinical studies showing that ivermectin may have anti-neoplastic or anti-cancer effects, particularly when combined with another anti-parasitic agent, either membenazole or fenbendazole.
Yes.
Now, with membenazole, fenbendazole, there are actually direct cancer studies showing they have anti-cancer effects. So ivermectin is being advanced in a clinical trial protocol by Cedars-Sinai, UCLA now, in patients with fairly advanced breast cancer. But because it's so safe, and people have the right to try. Patients. I have a lot of sympathy for patients deep into cancer, and they've done chemotherapy, surgery, and radiation, and they're looking for something else. Now it's available, ivermectin, mebendazole combination from the wellness company. You get a 90-day supply, very affordable, very safe. We always tell patients, go over this with your cancer doctors. And what I find more times than not, the cancer doctor said, listen, give it a shot.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Because I can honestly say there are still a lot of people in the regular pharmaceutical world that I would define the regular that will not steer you in that direction. I'm being on my hand to God. I can't tell you how many people I know that have been, that have gotten cancer. And just this morning, my friend Eddie, his brother, I believe has stage 4. And he's finally now willing to try what you said, that antidote, because people are still in that mind of like, I have to take the chemo, I have to take this, and I have to, and not to say that doesn't work, but this is an alternative that's really helping. I know for a fact there's one guy who had colon cancer, stage 4, went through chemo, went through everything, and he now helps people with the same protocol exactly what you're talking about. And that is my hand to God. I'm not even kidding you. Why do you think, on a personal level, why do you think that was held from the public for so long? Was the studies not there, or is that a money thing? Why wouldn't they put that out there as an alternative, like that it could possibly prevent or help it?
Well, it has to do with how cancer clinical trials are created. So virtually all cancer in the care in the United States is controlled through the National Cancer Institute, which is a federal agency, the National Institutes of Health. And the NCI and all the cancer cooperatives decide on what drugs should be in the protocols. Most of the time, it's the fancy, new, expensive drugs that are in these protocols. And very rarely would they reach back and pick a very inexpensive drug and test it in a trial. Now, for instance, high-dose statins have been tested. There have been other generic products that have been tested. But up until recently, ivermectin and mebendazole simply haven't been selected for the trials, so the studies haven't been there. And the reason why I say more and more doctors are opening up to it, because patients are doing their own research. Patients are getting frustrated with the lack of progress here. And, it boils down to why not? And on top of that, there is a disturbing trend in what's called turbo cancers. Have you heard of that term?
I wanted to pick your brain about that.
Yeah, turbo cancer. So, it's just announced today that the artist for the cartoon Dilbert, remember Dilbert, the cartoon?
Yeah.
The artist just passed away. It just came up on my social media feed. And Trump made a comment, and I said, boy, it's kind of terrible. And then I kind of looked into it. What type of cancer? Well, it was prostate cancer.
There's a lot of that going around right now.
I know, but then I looked, I said, wait a minute. Well, how old was he? It turns out he was only 68 years old. I mean, that's not much older than I am. Wait a minute. I don't have 68-year-old patients in my practice dying of prostate cancer. I checked 2 prostates today. I mean, I physically checked them with my finger, and I'm going to follow up with a PSA. I mean, I just don't let patients get prostate cancer, let alone let them die of prostate cancer. And I mean, I think it's shocking that President Biden has widely metastatic prostate cancer. I mean, talk about falling asleep at the switch here.
I could honestly say, I don't know anything about the medical world, but I won't blame it on anything, but I know for a fact after COVID, I don't know who took what or who decided to get the needle, but I know for a fact 2 healthy people in my life within a year passed away. One had, I would call, extremely aggressive esophagus cancer. The guy never smoked in his life. I had
terrible.
a friend too, had a heart attack. They tried to on the heart. I also know, I can count on my life 4 or 5 people that had what you would call turbo cancers. And what I don't understand is for people in that world, is there something we can do about that right now? Is there something that is hopeful for it, Doctor?
There certainly is. And let me just provide some commentary here. I want to be honest. I don't want to scare anyone, but it may be the viral infection and the vaccine, both, that have led us towards getting cancer. And that's a little scary.
Without a doubt, everyone I mentioned got multiple.
I know, but here's the thing. 81% of Americans took one or more shots. 19% didn't. And Jim, I didn't take them.
I didn't take them.
Yeah, I didn't take them. So I can't blame the vaccine, but I'm following the literature. And there are some papers written, particularly prostate and bladder cancer. The bladder handles the spike protein as it's broken down from the body and eliminated. That in fact, maybe the spike protein from the virus is cancer producing. We know other viruses are cancer producing, like Epstein-Barr virus or retinoblastoma virus. It's possible. Well, if that's the case, there was a paper written early in the pandemic that they were seeing more and more bladder cancers. Well, we've just published on a bladder cancer, huge one, in a woman who's 31. I've never seen this in my life. She took the vaccines. We found vaccine and spike protein right in the cancer. Look at Deion Sanders, former Dallas Cowboy great. He's had his whole bladder removed. And, he's in his 50s. I've never seen this before in my 40-year career. I think the vaccines, and there's more and more data suggesting for sure the vaccines predispose someone to cancer. Now, the average cancer that's a solid cancer, like kidney or lung cancer, that's been brewing for 5 years before it's detected. So if someone took some shots and they got cancer 2 years later, they probably actually had the cancer at the time they got the shots, and the vaccines just accelerated it. That's the reason why we call it turbo cancer. But anytime you hear about a young cancer death, like prostate cancer in their 60s, people have reported to me the most outrageous things. The most horrible thing I heard is a man contacted me and said, Dr. McCullough, my daughter in high school took the shots and she died of metastatic ovarian cancer before her senior prom.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never heard of that before.
No,
never.
You're hearing more and more and more and more. I mean, there's someone even part of this group here, extremely young person. I don't want to, he's not here, but he started telling me his story. He's 20, 21. And the next thing you know, he's battling a type of cancer. Thank God he's fine now. Through the protocol and all that, but more and more and more you see people. So one last thing, I know there's also, what are they finding too in the veins? Like when some people die, they're starting the clots.
Right.
Does your company have something that fights the clots as well?
Yeah.
Like the blood clots?
Yeah,
or something
it's
like
true. We've been talking about the spike protein, which are this little prickly things on the surface of the virus. They cause blood clotting. And normally blood should liquefy at death. It's been forming giant clots, and the embalmers have been reporting this. It's probably due to the virus or the vaccine or both. And at the Wellness Company, we have the ultimate spike detox, which is the only scientifically supported evidence-based approach on how you're going to get the spike protein out of your body. So it uses medicinal grade, high dose, nattokinase, bromelain, curcumin, and some other minor ingredients. We have case after case after case of patients having reductions in spike antibodies, improvement of their syndromes. I just had a patient today markedly get better out of a very serious kidney failure situation, largely because of spike detox. Now, I also used the other prescription drugs he needed, but this was a young guy. His wife was terrified that her husband and father of 2 little kids was going to end up on kidney dialysis or need a transplant. And he's nearly back. So everybody ought to consider the ultimate spike detox. Got to be taken on an empty stomach. If you've taken the vaccines or had COVID multiple times, long COVID, any type of vaccine problem, this is the fundamental approach. Nothing else directly works. Everything else can help with symptoms like nicotine or ivermectin, hydroxychloroquine, other things have been tried, but they don't fundamentally get rid of the spike protein except for ultimate spike detox.
So at the ultimate, do they need to consult a doctor? Like if let's say I was vaccinated, I'm just worried, I'm starting to freak out because I'm hearing about blood clots. Do I just go there and order it and I'm safe to take it with the right, or is there a doctor there? How does that, can anyone get it? Or
anyone can get the ultimate spike detox. Wellness companies have doctors available 24/7. I don't think a doctor's really needed.
Okay.
Provided you understand what you're doing. Now, if patients are on prescription blood thinners, they should review with their doctor. I prescribe this along with prescription blood thinners every day. The main side effect is increased risk of bleeding. So, easy bruising, bleeding, nosebleeds, bleeding more brushing the gums. It means the dose is too high. This is high dose, but it's well below the safety concern level of nattokinase. And boy, does it work. Now, it takes time. The average person takes about a year to clear this stuff out of the body. But I had COVID 3 times. I was very uncomfortable with the spike protein. My ears were ringing. I knew something wasn't right. I measured my blood test. It was high. Boom, go on spike detox. Problem solved.
Well, I want to thank you for putting this together because I'm telling you, during COVID, you saved my life and you gave so much information. I remember watching you go on Joe Rogan and so many other podcasts, and I learned so much from you and what you were putting out there. And I thank you for putting that out there. And I personally trust you, and so because of that, I definitely support your company, and I'm glad there's someone like you out there putting out something like the Wellness Company, and I hope many people reach out to it. And I can't thank you enough for everything you're doing.
Oh, thank you so much. Make sure you go to twc.health. My promo code is /focal points. You may have one, Jim, as well.
It's Jim.
Is it Jim?
It's Jim. Yeah.
Oh, you got the best one. So twc.health /Jim. That's the simplest one. Get a discount. Check out all the products of the Wellness Company. Wellness Company is far and away the most successful and brightest corporate development coming out of the pandemic in the entire world. And it's been a great honor to be a part of it. And we're so grateful to have you in the family now, Jim.
Well, I appreciate it. Like I said, I'd met a couple of the people that work just under you at that in Nashville, Tennessee. I think it was last year. And I loved talking with them. They gave me tons of information, and I was dying to reach out, and I'm glad this all worked out. So thank you for your time, and thank you for all you do, Dr. Peter McCullough. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Jim Breuer here. Tickets for my Find the Funny Tour 2026 starts in February, ends in May. You get all your tickets at jimbreuer.com. Don't go any other way because it's going to take you in areas that you didn't want to be at. jimbreuer.com. Hit the link of what city you want to go to, and I'll see you on tour. Tickets are going fast, so please, before they sell out, get your tickets now. Christmas present, a little present for somebody. I'm just saying, trying to hook you up. And there's VIP. Take a picture, first couple rows. Just saying, little snap pic, boom, boom, me and you. All right, jimbreuer.com for tickets.